Welcome back to Film Buff Bros, and in this episode, we're going to talk about our favorite 1980s true crime movies.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going with The Untouchables. I'll start with the score. It's exciting, dramatic, and feels pretty period specific as well. Stunning and captivating cinematography, classic De Palma style, Hitchcock on steroids, with the overhead shots, the long pans, slow motion. Great cast, great plot with a fairly quick pace, and obviously high stakes. And what was I going to say? I think the standout performance is De Niro as, De Niro as, what am I forgetting? Capone. Yeah, Al Capone. Yeah, no, he's so sinister and violent and ruthless. And Elliot Ness with Kevin Costner, he does pretty good too. Sean Connery. Not a huge fan of Andy Garcia, but I think that's one of his stronger performances. I like that better than him in Godfather Part 3. But definitely worth a watch. Fucking awesome movie.
Again, it's De Palma's heyday. He had great actors. Again, the score was great. And then for De Niro to play Capone, I mean, I don't know, you don't need to say much more, especially that scene where he's walking around the table with the bat. Talking about baseball. I mean, there's so many shocking parts of that movie, the whole sequence where they're going down the stairs. Yeah. And that. So fantastic. Yeah, great movie. I'm going with a really sickening, another small movie, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer from 86, based on the true killings of Henry Lee Lucas and Otis Toole, who apparently killed John Walsh's son. They admitted to it, but they didn't admit it to a whole bunch of stuff that they proved they didn't kill these people. So some of them were doing it for the fame, but it's a very, very weird movie, but it's very good for a small independent movie. Small budget, $100,000. It was rated X. Finally, I think they got it down to NC-17, but it's brutal. It's really hard to watch. It's kind of sickening. It's not for everybody. The score is fantastic in it. It's just brutal, unrelenting, unnerving. It's a weird juxtaposition from like mundane. They'll just show them like in the car, changing the radio station, smoking, talking about nothing. Very mundane, and then it's juxtaposed with like brutalness. Sort of like the beginning of Pulp Fiction, where you just think it's really mundane, just two guys in a car, and then boom, all this crazy stuff breaks out. And it's very like an observational film. It's not judging any of the characters or anything. It's just, you're sort of just voyeuring the thing. It's more like a documentary, but it's nauseating. It's really gutsy, sort of like Happiness, like in the movie Kids we were talking about the other day. It's like, it's gutsy. It took a left turn. It did something different. And Michael Rooker, who I really like, he's also in Sea of Love, and a bunch of other movies. But Michael Rooker's a great actor. He's great in it. And just the conflict between the two characters, whereas Lucas, he needs to do it. Like, he doesn't want to, but he needs to do it. Whereas Otis, like, enjoys it and likes doing it. And then, there's conflict between them. But there's one particular scene in there, if anyone's seen the movie, they probably know it's where they do a home invasion. And it's shot with like 16 millimeter camera. It's very realistic. It's very, if you don't like movies that are violent or realistically violent and challenging you that way, then I would say don't watch it. But it's a powerful movie for a small independent movie, 1986.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I've seen it once. Tough watch, gritty, not for everyone, but I can see why you chose it. Yeah,
it's a mood. It's
not for sure.
Everyone, for sure.
Yeah. All right, that's our episode for this week. Tune in next week for another episode, and please click down below. Click the subscribe and notification icon so you can be notified of all of our awesome content. And please leave a comment down below and let us know what kind of movies you want us to review.
Thank you very much.